Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a very interesting debate because we're trying to find the balance. And I don't know how you necessarily strike a balance, but that's why we're trying to get informed by you. Clearly, we don't want to inhibit innovation. We don't want to inhibit business growth and expansion. But like all other entities in the United States of America and individuals, there's an expectation that there's going to be revenue generated. So my question to you is, given thought to where we are right now in the development of our economy, and given the fact that there are a number of tax incentives made available to small business, where do we draw the line? Where do you feel that there's an obligation for you to pay revenues, to pay taxes? Mr. Dubé, your answer at one point was, well, you don't feel that it's appropriate to pay taxes. There's never really a good time. You know, if you were negotiating, what would you say is appropriate?
What I said, there's never a good time to raise taxes, not to pay taxes. We should all pay taxes. We all have an obligation to pay them. But from an economic standpoint, there's never a good time because all taxes increases, all taxes have economic drag. So raising them during a recession seems unwise to me. Or, you know, we're not in a recession anymore. We're trying to recover. But as recovery is trying to take off and still going slowly, it seems unwise to raise them now. I mean, at the very least, I would suggest extending the 2001-2003 tax cuts for at least the next couple of years.
So you feel that extending the tax cuts would give you sort of the ground you need to sort of lift the companies? Is that your contention?
Well, I'll leave that to the other gentleman who can speak more more personally to that, but I would say so, yes.
Would anyone else care to, please?
It would be a big help to not have, you know, in a lot of the businesses, when you get into rates, you know, most of us are in the, you know, 40 to 50% when you look at the Fed and state and add it together, if it's an S. And I think that when you start going past that, you grind up so much disposable capital, it becomes very difficult to do things, create jobs, take risks, because you're always trying to leave a cushion. And if taxes take the cushion, then you get into the, you know, the fear slot. So anything that can be done to moderate and flatten them. And I'd just like to say one thing on the death tax. Having gone through a very difficult transfer between death of my mother and the father to the business to me and buying my sisters out, and they did an incredible good job of planning. It was so difficult. You cannot imagine the pain it puts on a family. And if we could come up with some 20-30% number and call it a transfer tax, and just let us transfer it anytime you want and not make it happen at death, causing everything to go down in the 9-month death period is so difficult. So just, I've got your attention. If there's anything that could ever be done, it would be wonderful because it's so difficult having done it. But back to the tax part, my late father said it, and it is our duty to pay tax, and I want to pay tax.
Yeah.
I'd like to just keep it in a gentle ramp and have everyone doing it and have everyone playing rather than it be punitive in one direction or another.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.